Over 7,000 weddings are going to take place in Western New York over the next year. And if you're one of them, or you know someone who is, congratulations. You found Buffalo Bridal Association's Wedding Planning Weekly, sponsored by Salvatore's Italian Gardens. I'm Ben Fantaschi.
And I'm Beth Clark. Our show introduces you to local wedding professionals who want to help make your wedding day perfect. Let's kick things off today with a look at one of those pros, Phenomenon Events and Productions.
It's one day, one party, one dream come true. And the one place that can make it all happen is Phenomenon Events and Productions. Phenomenon is ambiance. We can transform any room into the perfect backdrop for your special day. Create dramatic effects with our professional lighting, event design, and signature monogram projections. Phenomenon is memories. Capture the beauty of your wedding day with unforgettable photos and videos from Phenomenon Events and Productions. Let our team of professional photographers and videographers help tell your love story with creative approach that reflects your personal style. Phenomenon is fun. Make your wedding one they'll talk about for years with the best in entertainment. Invite your guests to create their own keepsakes inside our photo and video booths. Then, get them up and out of their seats with world-class DJ entertainment, provided by energetic personalities who know how to keep the party going. Phenomenon is everything you need. Our team of more than 25 professionals can handle every aspect of your wedding, including pre-planning, event coordination, emceeing, and even officiating. Phenomenon is weddings. We make it easy. We make it special. We make it exactly what you're dreaming of. So make the time to meet us in person. Contact Phenomenon Events and Productions today. Call 824-4714 or visit us online at phenomenonevents.com.
If you're planning a wedding, you're about to spend more money than you ever have on things you've never purchased, from businesses you've most likely never heard of. Having the right team of professionals in your court can save you time and money. Very often it starts with hiring the right wedding consultant.
Hi, I'm Tammy Papia from Heavenly Weddings, and I've been assisting brides for over 20 years. My clients become my friends before they become brides. Let me introduce to you my friend Janine Bensi so she can tell you our story.
Well, both my husband and I we're in professional school. Both of us were taking several board exams within days of our wedding. And as the time approached, we realized we did not have time to worry about the details and several larger aspects of the wedding that were not quite done. And I called in Tammy, and she stepped right in and just basically saved the day. I didn't realize how much detail went into a wedding when I said, oh, I can plan this. You know, it'll be fine regardless of what else I have to do in my career. I called her almost in tears with just a random shooting all these ideas at her of this needs to be done, this needs to be, and she very kindly said, okay, make me a list, I will get it all done. So I made her a very long, very detailed 2-page list, and I had really, really abstract things on there, and she managed to find them and track them down, and everything just came out more beautiful than I could have imagined. I was looking for someone to apply fake eyelashes, not the eyelash extensions, just to apply them, and I wanted it to be within the area that I lived in so I didn't have to drive. Tammy, I don't know what she did, but she found one, and that worked out. I was looking for a classic car, and she was calling all over the place. She was calling Toronto, she was out of the area trying to just find this car for me, and it ended up working out really well. On the day of our wedding, Tammy worked with all of our vendors to just orchestrate and make sure everything was perfect and everything was complete, and she went above and beyond decorating, undecorating, cleaning up. I was told that she had walked in and the place settings were not up to her expectation, so she redid all 120 place settings on her own, as well as the guest table and the place card table. Just made the day beautiful.
My goal as a wedding planner is to give you the opportunity to be a guest at your wedding. In other words, to really enjoy your day. So call me or visit me at heavenlyweddings.com.
Great information, Janine and Tammy. As you can see, having a planner on site the day of your wedding can be one of the best investments you'll make as you plan your special day. I know it was for me and my wife, but a wedding consultant is just one of the many service providers you'll want to start thinking about early in the process.
So if you see a product or service on our show and you want to know more about it, you can always jump online to buffalobridalassociation.com. You'll find info on all of our members, plus links to their websites.
You know, often a wedding is one of the few times in a guy's life that he has the opportunity to wear a tuxedo. Well, for my wedding this past year, we didn't choose the traditional black tux. That's just not my style, and maybe it's not yours either.
And your girls, Ben, they looked fabulous. They wore various shades of pink, and the guys, well, they needed vests and ties to match.
That's right, Beth, and with so many different colors and shades to choose from, Tuxedo Junction gets all the credit for making my guys look
sexy, and they knew it.
At Tuxedo Junction, we make fitting your out-of-town groomsmen easy. Send in your measurements, keep track of your guys with My Wedding Planner, have a tuxedo ready and waiting in the city where your ceremony is taking place. All online at tuxedojunction.com. Let the guys travel, not the tuxedos. With hundreds of colors to choose from, we coordinate with all major dress designers. Order your free color swatch today at tuxedojunction.com. You've found your perfect color. Now, find your perfect match. When you want your wedding party to look their best, Tuxedo Junction is the place to go. With the newest styles and the latest trends, we carry exclusive designers you won't find anywhere else, including Calvin Michaels New York, Perry Ellis, and Oleg Cassini. Visit us at tuxedojunction.com.
You know, every wedding celebration takes on its own persona. Some are intimate, candlelit affairs. Some are rock the house dance parties. Others feel like lifestyles of the rich and famous.
But regardless of your taste, you want to make sure that all of your guests are well taken care of on the day of your wedding. A little later in the program, we'll take a tour of the Garden Place Hotel, a unique boutique hotel, very rich in the decor and perfect for those out-of-town guests who need a place to stay.
Looking forward to that. Now, when we come back, we're going to show you some current trends in bridal gowns for 2012. Bridal Chateau is in the house.
Then, in our BBA Q&A segment, we'll learn some tips you need to know before signing on the dotted line with your photographer. That's all coming up just after these messages.
You know you need a professional video for your company or website, but you're wondering, where do I begin? Well, check out KeyVideo.com, Buffalo's premier television and video production house. We work with big businesses and other companies that think big. Corporate image, sales, training, you name it. Scripting, shooting, editing, we call it concept to completion, and we're ready to work for you. For your business, for all of life's events. Call, click, or visit Key Video today.
When you think Volkswagen of Orchard Park, the only Volkswagen dealer that's all Volkswagen, all the time. Think that's cool? We put all certified pre-owned vehicles through a 112-point inspection and give them an additional 2-year, 24,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, along with 24-hour roadside assistance. Not bad, huh? Volkswagen of Orchard Park, near the corner of Mile Strip and Southwestern. Think Volkswagen of Orchard Park. Known for impeccable attention to detail, incredible atmosphere, and brilliant food presentation, Salvatore's Italian Gardens has been serving newlyweds for over 40 years. For your shower, rehearsal party, or wedding reception, our experienced staff will tend to your every need. If it's an intimate setting of 30 or an extravaganza of 600, prepare to enter a world where dreams come true. Salvatore's Italian Gardens.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Phenomenon Events and Productions, the special events production company.
We're back at the Bridal Chateau to talk about next year's bridal trends. Now, you've seen wedding gowns everywhere, maybe on the internet, in magazines, maybe watching Say Yes to the Dress. I know I do. And you've seen gowns with sheer bodices. Well, that trend's going to continue. We have this one here, and Mind you, at Bridal Chateau, you don't have to have a Kleinfeld's budget. This gown for under $15 gives you a beautiful look. You've got this gorgeous organza, these layers. You've got this beautifully boned corset bodice. Now, don't worry if you love the dress but really don't feel like showing that much skin. It does come with a liner that detaches, so you can either have it with, have it without, or change it up. Maybe keep the liner in for the ceremony and take it out for the reception to give you dual looks. We also have another trend. Thanks to the royal wedding, sleeves are back. Behind me is our replica of Kate Middleton's dress. We've got beautiful sleeves, a drop lace bodice, perfect for any princess bride. We have other lace sleeve options as well that don't have to be as long. You can do 3/4 length, a cap sleeve. There are so many options for you with the sleeve line. We're going to show you a chiffon dress that Holly's wearing today as well. She's got a couple of trends mixed in with her gown. We have these beautiful Swarovski crystals, nice big chunky beads you'll see on a lot of dresses, this soft ruching. Flowers are still totally in for this year, and then you've got these soft ruffles, cascading layers, flattering for any size. And in the back we have this beautiful zipper closure with faux buttons. That way you're not doing all these up on the day of your wedding. Now our next trend, thank you Holly, is beautiful vintage Hollywood. Nora is going to show us this gorgeous Maggie Sottero gown. You've got lace shoulder line, flows throughout the entire dress. So while Nora is nice and beautifully tall, when you have this similar lace throughout the entire gown, you can be any size and look gorgeous in this dress. You've got beautiful beading underneath, and this is an ivory lace over champagne, and her back is to die for. Now, your guests are going to be watching you walk down the aisle. They're going to be oohing at your front, but once you pass by them, they are going to love this back. The keyhole backs are very in. And again, we've got this beautiful zipper, fake buttons. Again, you don't have to worry about buttoning that up, and a nice long flowing train. Again, come into Bridal Chateau. They have so many options for you, and all their girls, commission-free staff, so you don't have to worry about them trying to push you into expensive dress. They're just going to try and help you find the best dress for you. Come on in and take a look at their selection.
At Calling Cards Unlimited, we know how important your wedding day is, and we go out of our way to make sure that every bride and groom is completely satisfied. Calling Cards Unlimited has the largest selection of invitations in Western New York, so there's sure to be one that will suit you and your budget. Our team of highly trained specialists will guide you in choosing the type of paper, lettering styles, and correct wording for your invitations.
They guided us through everything. It was great. And the minute we walk in, they know who we are and, oh honey, here it is, you know, make sure to check it over. Everything's been great, really nice.
I thought it was going to be stressful before walking in here. Then I walked in here, I kind of told them what I wanted. I mean, they narrowed it down for me. So I end up picking it up pretty quickly.
Not only does Calling Cards Unlimited specialize in wedding invitations, but we can help you with all of your lifetime events.
It was one of the most interesting and pleasant parts of my wedding planning experience. I remember the date because I found an invitation that was so different. When I found that invitation, I actually hugged the salesperson because I was so excited that I had found something that I wanted exactly.
You can also visit Calling Cards Unlimited online, where you'll see many more wedding accessories that we have to offer. Everything from guest books to cake tops to wishing wells.
Last-minute wedding planners can take advantage of Calling Cards in-house printing service. It allows us to print invitations right here on site on our state-of-the-art system. With this service, the invitations can be viewed instantly and will be processed within 48 hours.
So when you're planning your wedding, your first stop needs to be Calling Cards Unlimited, 2945 Sheridan Drive at the corner of Eggert Road. Our dedicated staff will be here for you, and we promise to go above and beyond all of your needs.
When it comes to choosing the company to photograph your wedding day, there's lots of questions you should ask before signing on the dotted line. And here to help sort it all out are Tara and Brooke Sachs from Sachs Photography in West Seneca. Welcome to the program, ladies.
Thank you.
You know, I've known your dad for nearly 25 years, and it's great to see the second generation so involved in the family business. Tara, you say brides and grooms should meet with the actual photographer that's going to be documenting the wedding. Why is this important?
It's very important because meeting with the photographer, they really get to see the personality of the bride and groom before their special day, their likes, their dislikes, and it's also really important to see their work, the real photographers' sample albums showcasing what they have to offer.
Brooke, give me another piece of advice.
It's really important to ask the photographer you're interested in if they have backup photographers, if the need arises on your wedding day. At Saks Photography, we have 5 photographers on our staff, but we only do 3 events per day, so we have 2 backup photographers if needed.
And besides those main 5 photographers that we do have, we also have photojournalistic, or known as second photographers, and those are really important for your day as well. They catch the candids and the small detail moments of your day, and make sure that they're real photographers and not just someone that's on a date with the main photographer or just a high school student using their point-and-shoot camera. Make sure that they're using top-of-the-line equipment as well to make sure that you have the quality shots from your day.
Good advice, Tara. And Brooke, the photos have been taken, the day is done. What's a reasonable time frame that a bride should be able to expect her finished album?
That's something you should definitely discuss with your photographer before your wedding day. You should have your images the Monday after your wedding day or soon after you return home from your honeymoon. And the album is a little bit different. It's more time consuming. We create one-of-a-kind albums for bride and grooms. So as soon as the bride and groom chooses their photographs, we can get the ball rolling.
So it seems that communicating with your photographer in advance of your wedding is so important. Tara, give me one more piece of advice.
If I had one more piece of advice, it would be about the cash terms that the photography studio has. I would urge bride and grooms to be wary of studios that are on a cash-only basis, that don't offer credit card or personal check, because they may not have a DBA or a proper license to operate in New York State. So I would be wary about that and their cash terms.
Another great tip, Tara. And thanks, Brooke, for shedding some light on a very important topic.
Thanks, Mike.
Questions you should be asking your photographer before signing on the dotted line. Back to you, Ben.
Great tips in planning your big day. Now, whether it's your potential wedding photographer or really any wedding service provider you're thinking about hiring, you need to do your homework and ask yourself a few questions. Do I feel a connection with this individual? Are our personalities a good match? Am I comfortable with this person's work and communication style? Has this business really listened well and addressed all of my concerns?
These are great questions to ask, Ben. And if you want to know more about any of the businesses you see on our show, jump online to the website. There you'll find links to all of our members and more information about this great organization. You can even read the code of ethics that all of our members subscribe to.
We've got lots more to come, including this week's key video wedding story. You won't want to miss this. Stay with us. Wedding Planning Weekly, sponsored by Salvatore's Italian Gardens. We'll be right back.
Elio DiPaolo's Restaurant, Ringside Lounge, and Banquet Facility. Elio DiPaolo's. We cater to your dreams.
You know you need a professional video for your company or website, but you're wondering, where do I begin? Well, check out KeyVideo.com, Buffalo's premier television and video production house. We've worked with big businesses and other companies that think big. Corporate image, sales, training, you name it. Scripting, shooting, editing, we call it concept to completion, and we're ready to work for you. For your business, for all of life's events. Call, click, or visit Key Video today.
When choosing a florist for your wedding, it's all about quality, style, and service. Owners Jackie Schenk from A Blooming Place and Teresa Maroney from Floral Accents are the experts that will guide you every step of the way.
Bouquets are an essential accessory for your wedding attire. The style and size of your bouquet should complement your gowns. For the form-fitting gown, a long linear cascade is a perfect complement. A gown that has a lot of detailed beading, bringing some of that beading into the bouquet will really make it sparkle. And those are just a few floral facts you can take right down the aisle.
Welcome back. Next up on our show, a key video wedding story featuring Tyann and Jim. As you watch, think about turning your once-in-a-lifetime day to a DVD to last a lifetime.
I was a freshman and he was a senior in high school, and we met
doing the auditions. I remember sitting with my friend Vinny out in the audience, and I was like, "Who is that?"
They called his name to sing, and he stood in the middle and he opened up his mouth to sing, and literally I fell in love with him. And I was just like, wow, he's got an amazing voice. I was talking to his friend, and I kind of dropped a hint. I said, hey, your friend Jim? I think he's kind of cute, but don't tell him. All through high school I was friends with him. I always felt that there was something about him back then. I didn't know what, but there was always something about him that just got me like no one else ever did.
I was always the one who, I had the big crush on her, and she was just kind of like, I just want to be friends, and the whole works.
That's always the joke. I was a Laura Wenzel, he was a Steve Urkel, because he was always pining for me back then.
It was always kind of me pursuing her, and then, we both, just, did our things, growing up and whatever, and then just, it seemed almost out of the clear blue that just all of a sudden, she just sprung it on me, and I was like, wow.
It was a Wednesday morning. I remember talking to him, and he was working that night. I said, Jim, you're the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. I said, you're the man of my dreams. You're everything I want in a man, forever. And I want to date you, and so let's get the ball rolling. Let's do this. Let's be together.
And it was just like, wow,
On the other end of the phone, I could hear like dead silence.
I was just totally surprised, but I was gonna let it go.
Right then, he could have been like, no, you ditched me all these years, you never wanted to be with me.
I looked over at my partner. He pretty much listened to the whole conversation. He's like, after I hung up, he goes, who was that? I'm like, you'll never believe who it was. And he's like, what's going on there? I'm like, I don't know, but I'm gonna have to find out.
I would have never started something with him because of the friendship that we had if I didn't know that he was the one, and he was. And he is.
First date, we actually, we went out to dinner to Amici restaurant.
I remember sitting across from him, just eating and just looking at him so differently. It was just amazing. It
was weird to know, like, oh my goodness, like, I'm holding hands with, like, Tyann Fantaschi, like, oh my goodness. It's just like, it was almost like surreal.
It's still surreal to me, it really is.
We were on a horse-drawn carriage ride going around Central Park.
I wanted to tell him that I loved him 2 weeks before I actually did. And I was just like, I can't wait to tell him, I can't wait to tell him. But I wanted for him to tell me first.
I was pondering, it's like, thinking to myself, should I say it?
I knew he was leading up to saying it, and I'm just like, would you say it already? And
I just let it come out, and it just, and it worked. Obviously it worked.
He's like, I love you. I'm like, I love you too. I had given Jim a picnic for Valentine's Day because he had to work, so I put a picnic on his living room floor, and I told him, I said, next time we do a picnic, you have to use the picnic basket.
I planned to have a picnic, out to Chestnut Ridge, so I figured that would be the perfect time to do it. We went out, and I just started driving around the park. I wanted it to be private, between her and I.
He was definitely being fussy about where we were at, and I'm like, we're on a picnic, it doesn't matter, we're just together. So he finds this perfect spot. We just talked for an hour and a half. We had a really good conversation for an hour and a half. He just asked me everything about what I wanted in life. Would you ever think of moving?
I had the ring in my pocket, the whole time.
In New York City, if I went to New York City, and I said, absolutely. I said, wherever God takes us as a couple is where we're meant to be.
She was always hinting for it. We knew that we wanted to get married. you know, and she was always wondering, you know, when we were going to engage.
So I'm sticking my ring finger in his face, and then I just kind of looked away.
She just happened to look away for like a split second. It was perfect because it was just enough time for me to reach in my pocket. And I said, why? Is this what you're looking for?
And I said, I just kept saying, oh my God, and are you serious? Oh my God, are you serious? Are you serious?
I said, will you marry me? And she's like, oh my goodness, yes. And
I was so happy. I jumped in his arms and he twirled me around and I just said, yes, I'll marry you. And it was awesome.
Key Video wedding stories captured for lifetime on DVD. For the finest in wedding day videography, call Key Video at 884-KEY-1.
There is no doubt that this happy couple will want to share that with their children and their grandchildren. Next up, we're heading to Salvatore's Garden Place Hotel. Their staff brings decades of experience to your wedding, as well as a very unique perspective. Here's feature reporter Tammy Papia.
Joe, I think it's pretty safe to say that Salvatore's Italian Gardens is more than your ordinary place. What makes it extraordinary?
What makes it extraordinary between the hotel and the restaurant is just the atmosphere that we can create between the restaurant and the hotel to make those special occasions for any event that might take place, especially a wedding reception.
Well, I have to tell you, Joe, that the wonderful ambiance from Salvatore's Italian Gardens to the Garden Place Hotel is absolutely seamless. It's just beautiful here. Tell us a little bit more about the hotel.
Sure, the hotel opened in 1995. We had 49 rooms to begin with. We're now 166. And we can range from any type of room from standard king room to 2 queen beds to room with a jacuzzi and our honeymoon suites, which are just top of the line. All the rooms do come with continental breakfast. We have wireless internet for all the guests and a fitness room and complimentary shuttle service between the hotel and restaurant for all of the occasions that we have.
Let's go back to the wedding receptions for just a minute. What is the best piece of advice that you could give a couple?
Enjoy the day that's taking place. You've hired professional people to handle the event for you. Let them do their job. Let them do what they want to do. As long as you've notified them what you're looking for, I think you can make a great day for yourself and learn to relax and enjoy it. It only comes once and it goes by very quickly, so take your time and do it well.
That's a great piece of advice, Joe. Just letting the professionals do what they do best. Thank you so much. Brides, you've heard it. With 4 decades of impeccable service, you owe it to yourself to come to Salvatore's Italian Gardens, where dreams really do come true.
Thanks, Tammy. Joe Salvatore, his family, and their staff are all true professionals. You can tell they really love what they do.
I couldn't agree more, Beth. I want to remind all of you that if you're newly engaged, you have hundreds of choices to make as you plan your wedding day. I hope we've helped narrow your focus by introducing you to some great members of the BBA. I really want to encourage you to log on to BuffaloBridalAssociation.com and check out our entire roster. In fact, go to your computer right now to find out everything this great organization has to offer.
That's all the time we have for today's show. For everyone here at the Buffalo Bridal Association, Salvatore's Italian Gardens, and our entire membership, I'm Beth Clark.
And I'm Ben Fantaschi. We'll see you next week right here at this same time. Goodbye, everybody.